welcome everyone to Michie Stadium, home of the Army Black Knights. As we'll see, a squad from the American, the Tulane Green Wave. And the Black Knights will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. On the run, it's Barnes. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Michie Stadium, alive. A wall of cadets trying to urge on their fellow soldiers on 3rd down.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Tulane forced to send out the punt unit, getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Sends it back in motion. Here comes the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this. Assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Give to the fullback. Oh, he's got some space. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
I tell you what, fullbacks are kind of dying breeds. You just don't use them very much. So when you bring them in the game, a lot of times you bring them in the game to be physical and stout blockers, and then occasionally you give them the ball in those short yardage situations. You say, go get me a first down, big fella.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Coleman. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
They'll knock him down right at the 35-yard line. Still a lot of ground to cover to get to the first down marker.
4th down.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. Splits the uprights. Good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion, They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll start this drive going to the air. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you can tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Grabbed behind the line. It's Preston. It's a seam wide open. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Gonna run it. It's Barnes. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's got it. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Caught in the backfield. It's Preston. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A look out over the Hudson, and it looks calm. It is not calm in Michie Stadium on this 3rd down. Get it out on the screen. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The option look. He'll pull it on the read. Got the first down. Looking for more. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense. They've got a first down here to open the period. The give to the fullback. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Motion from the back. On the move. Makes it past the marker. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it and try to get his offense some positive yards.
The Black Knights getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, down a throw. They wrap him up. He tried to get back back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stopped in the backfield.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
And the Black Knights with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Pulls it in. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Bells and whistles have got to be going off in this quarterback's head now. It's 3rd and long, so you know you're expecting pressure. You got to know where your hot routes are. You got to be able to read the coverage and make sure you get this football out of your hands quickly to not take a sack or worse, turn the football over.
Touch pass on the right. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The Black Knights will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Preston. And he'll be brought down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
The Green Wave trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hayes. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Quarterback on the keeper. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
And that's exactly what the defense wants you to do. Go east-west, and the quarterback gets strung out, doesn't pull the trigger and really make a decision. You'd like to see him stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, get more of a plus yardage on this play. Nice job by the defense.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Under fire. Makes the catch. It's Hayes. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. He was doing everything he could. Got away from one guy, but not that next one, and he came up short.
Yeah, he needed a few more extra efforts to find a way to make that happen. Nice catch. Nice job breaking the 1st tackle, but couldn't get rid of the next guy and get that extra yardage needed for the 1st down.
Kick is in the air. Makes a nice grab at the 25. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Brings up 2nd down.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He'll keep it himself. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
It'll be 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down. They'll run the option. Hard running there. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Black Knights decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Grabbed behind the line. It's Turner. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Catch in the middle. It's Reed. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. The sure hands. It's Barnes. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
On the move, it's Turner. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on 1st down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. To the air, it's Coleman. Quickly complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's short. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the 1st down.
The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. They went up top to pick up the last 1st down. Let's see what they have here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's short. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. With the catch, it's Howard. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the fourth quarter, they're going to be gassed.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Working that left side now. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Dropping back, it's Coleman. Looking to scramble. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Army!
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead, and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Wants to go up top. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Conversion is no good. That keeps the score. Army 9, Tulane.
Kickoff
0.
unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. About to start here in the second half, Tulane will kick it away.
Set to advance on the football.
He'll bring it out. It's Benson. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Good timing on the quick out. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
The Black Knights can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He'll do it himself. Nice. Wide open spaces. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Fires to the big fella. Makes the grab, and not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Rides the back and leaves it. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Third down coming up.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
To the air, it's Coleman. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
This is exactly what we talked about at halftime. This defense, they have to get to the quarterback to get back into this football game. Make life hard, get some sacks, make some good momentum.
And the Black Knights will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll field the punt. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Hold and fire complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Offense gets set for second down. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Mikey Stadium, alive. A wall of cadets trying to urge on their fellow soldiers on third down. Got it in the middle. It's Reed. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And it's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And I tell you what, it's hard to be a quarterback in an option offense when you got so many things you have to be accountable for, and then you got to take care of the football, right? When you do make the decision to run, right or wrong, it's your decision. Now you got to wrap that thing up. You can't fumble the football.
Looking for an early chunk play. Read option to the right.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
They'll send the back in motion. On the ground, it's Reed. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Now facing a third and long. Dropping back, it's Coleman. Here's the pressure. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. And it took everything he had, but he barely gets it in there. And that lead grows even bigger. They were able to get a field goal on board, and now they'll kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I love screen passes on offense, and you got to do them in different ways. To the running backs, you can do them to receivers, do them to tight ends. Didn't gain any yards on that one, but don't be afraid to dial that play up again later.
The Green Wave lining up, facing third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Preston. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. I don't blame them. They're going to keep working this guy out of the slot until somebody finds a way to stop him.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you? Man, you find a matchup that's working, and you got a guy with this kind of athletic ability in the slot, dude, keep finding him, keep using different routes. So far, the defense doesn't have an answer for him.
The lone back's got it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Reed. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Well, not a lot the defense can do on that play. They got a curl route. They're playing zone coverage. Everybody got dropped to their spots correctly, but there was just way too much velocity on that throw. They didn't have a chance to break that one.
This Tulane offense has a great drive going. From the gun, running back on the move. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Snagged in the middle, it's Preston. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And your decision to go for it on 4th down has a lot to do with your kicker. How strong is his leg? Some of these guys nowadays, they can boot the ball 50, 60 yards, no problem. Do I believe in him or do I go for it? And they believed in their offense, they went for it, and they got the first down.
Looking downfield on 1st down. A little screen to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
And sometimes as a coach, you're trying to settle your guy down, and you're down and you need plays, but you got to string it together one at a time. And I think floating off the back foot, that's a recipe for disaster. He's going to make a bad play. Got to take care of the football, execute at a high level late in this football game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down. Oh, and they corral the ball so they avoid the turnover, but man, did they lose a chunk of yardage.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode. And what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback. And you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Working that left side. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
They're going to run it. Touchdown, Green Wave. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
Ready to try the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So the 16-play drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They've got the screen set up. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
The Black Knights with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll leave it with him. Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
To the air, it's Coleman. He's going to take off. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. Goes to the option. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
Gotta love the way the defense is playing here on this drive. Down in the game in the 4th quarter. They're expecting run, and they're getting stops these last 2 snaps. If they can get a big play here, they've got an opportunity to get off the field and probably get pretty good field position to put their offense in a position to maybe go score.
Now the play fake. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Black Knights line up to punt it away. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Let's see if this offense comes out swinging from the first play of the drive down late. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Quickly to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play.
There he goes! Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And if they're going to run the football late in the game in this situation, not that close to scoring zone, they've got to take a timeout here. You've got to make sure you save as much time as possible and communicate with your quarterback.
Now from the 40, it's first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bohannon. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Catch in the middle. It's Preston. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. It's Hayes. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The Green Wave with plenty of options here on second and short. Wants to throw again. Got it in the middle. It's Hayes. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Nice job by the wide receiver getting open on that slant route against man coverage. He fakes like he's going to the outside. He's able to create some separation, cross his face, and then secures the catch.
Just inside the 30 at the 29, it's first and 10. To the air on first down. Looking to the big tight end. It's complete. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a 40. Touchdown, Green Wave! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense, because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this fourth quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
They're going to go for two here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. From the gun. He gets into the end zone for the two-point conversion, and the cushion is now 3. And he marched 78 yards down the field. And the clutch late score that almost certainly will be the game winner. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Fires to the tight end. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Out of the gun to give to the back. Got the first down and more. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Flips it out on the screen. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. The Black Knights in a good spot here with second and short. He'll pull it on the read. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Creates a little room. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Coleman. Bringing the heat. Floating away. There he goes. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here.